Alright, back again. And in this video, I thought it would be fitting, now that we're, uh, past Remembrance Day, I thought it would be fitting to talk about the conservatives because, they were talking a whole lot of shit here in Canada about, the Whole Food situation, which I agree with the outrage, like, I think it was ridiculous that they banned the poppy, they banned employees from wearing the poppy, but I also think it's, also ridiculous that they banned Black Lives Matter mask as well. I feel like if you're going to ban one, then you ban the other. If you're going to allow one, then you allow the other. I know some people would say, oh, Black Lives Matter is a cause, the poppy is a symbol. I'm like, it's a symbol of a cause, it's a symbol of support for the troops, just like wearing the mask is a symbol of support for your Black brothers and sisters around the world, but in particular in the US. So I'm like, it's not really a difference, But anyway, what I wanted to talk about was the conservatives, because conservative leader right now, Aaron O'Toole, he went on something about how Whole Foods should stick to being Whole Foods and not woke foods and whatever. I'm like, oh, yeah. They always love to use that woke thing whenever it's a legitimate cause or a legitimate thing, in this case, what they did with banning the poppy wasn't legitimate, but a lot of people like to start saying woke and all this stuff and start making fun of it, even though like what they're doing is actually like something that's, it's a real issue. People would start saying, oh, because you support Black Lives Matter, you're being woke. If you don't like the institution, I get it, but at least you can agree with the sentiment that, police should stop killing people and getting away with it, unjustly. So, but people like to make fun of it and say, oh, you're just being woke. You want us to stop killing people. I'm like, my God, you idiots. But anyway, was it Aaron O'Toole went on about that. And Doug Ford, who's the Ontario government leader, he went on about, oh, him and his family are gonna boycott Whole Foods, and I just found that funny because these are the same conservatives or the same group of people that find liberals saying, oh, they're gonna boycott this institution or this, I guess, individuals or whatever. They always like to make fun of other people doing boycotts. And here's Doug Ford saying, oh yeah, he's going to do boycotts. Then get his family to do boycotts as well. Like, this is the funny thing too, is that when conservatives do boycotts, it's always funny because, they'll buy the thing that they're boycotting just to destroy it. Or if they have the thing that they're boycotting, they'll destroy it. Just like when they did the Keurig thing. It's like, oh, imagine that conservatives are probably like throwing out their Whole Foods food. It's like, that'll show them. Conservatives have all done lost their minds, It's always a regression with them, I ain't done with them just yet, And also, I guess the big thing about conservatives that makes me laugh about this issue is that, back, not long ago, like the last conservative government we had in Canada, the last time they were in power was in 2014. And like, I think a couple of years before that, or it might have even been in 2014, they made the biggest cuts, to the Veterans Affairs institution, which is the, Canada's national institution that deals with, it may be hard to pick out from the name, but it's Veterans Affairs. So, veterans are coming back home, trying to find work, trying to reintegrate into society, trying to deal with mental health, physical health, emotional health, sexual health, and homelessness, all these things, So what did the conservative government do when they had power? And back in that time, they made the biggest cuts that Canada has ever seen to Veterans Affairs. And yet you have these conservatives now feigning outrage over Whole Foods, saying they're gonna ban the poppy, from their employees. So I just like, they can spare me their crocodile tears, because back when Stephen Harper made his cuts, where were they then? Where was the outrage that we're seeing now? That I'm seeing now about Whole Foods. Where was that about Harper and his government? Didn't hear a peep. Didn't hear people doing an exodus from the party, no? stuck with it because, hey, we were in power, so let's just not rock the boat, right? Yeah, these conservatives, it's always a thing with them to always want to regress and make cuts, and everything's got to run like a business, and that's not how you run the government, you know? But that's what they want to do. Everything is, so it's about saving money, you know? But when it comes to corporations and rich individuals, oh yeah, big corporate welfare and, you know, big welfare for the rich. But when it comes to the working man, when it comes to the people in need, oh, rugged capitalism, you know, ride everyone for everything they're worth, but then just give it all to the rich. I can't stand the conservatives. Nah, can't stand them at all. And that's why they had the big ABC campaign that was launched by military veterans, you know, anyone but conservative, because of the stuff that Stephen Harper pulled, you know. Not saying that the liberals in Canada do any better, but they definitely don't make it worse. As that's the conservatives' MO, is to always regress, whether it's on, you know, social issues, whether it's on, you know, human rights issues. You know, it's always about a regression. Hence conservative. Yeah, so I just wanted to make this video and just, you know, dunk on them, I guess. Because, you know, they love to say they support the troops. You know, they'll go around wearing a fake flower and host some military games in honor of the veterans and whatnot. And then, you know, walk around like morons. I'm talking about the conservatives who walk around like morons and all this, saying all this nice stuff. But, you know, when they actually have a chance to make a difference, you know, when they actually have a chance to help veterans who are homeless, you know, help veterans who are struggling with mental health, help veterans who are struggling with, you know, emotional health and physical health and sexual health, and dealing with, you know, finding jobs and things like that, just reintegrating back into society. Where are they? You know, they don't want to dish out that money. And, you know, when they had the chance to do it on a federal level, what did they do? Biggest cuts in Canadian history to the Veterans Affairs, I guess, institution or program, you know. Over 900 jobs lost from the Veterans Affairs position. So, I mean, they can talk a good one, but they don't show it, so they can keep their crocodile tears and go and sell it somewhere else, you know, because I ain't buying it over here. Now I'm done with them.